And are we running? Are we up and running? Are we up and are we running? Okay, I'm seeing the live. Let's refresh the page. Okay, I'm seeing some imaging. Okay, and from the look of it, we are up. Okay. So anyways, hey people, CzarThwomp here, and welcome to episode 3 of MH3U. Last time, we hunted Kurapeko, a Royal Ludroth, as well as a Baroth. And we also saved Cha-Cha the Shakalaka, who is now joining us on hunts and will be part of our team from here on out. So anyways, off camera, as I stated at the end of the last video, I went and created a full set of Baroth armor. So now we have, in addition to our auto guard, we have guard +1, defense up S, as well as attack up S. So now we can not only are we hitting a little harder, but we're also able to take a little more damage, and we can block attacks that we couldn't block beforehand. In addition, I also upgraded our great sword to the jaw blade. And in addition, I went and upgraded the... What's going on? What's going on with the visuals? Okay, yeah, hopefully that's not happening too much with basically my screen glitching out. Yeah, that's why I need mid-hunt. But anyways, went and did the mushroom quest. Went and upgraded the mushroom box. So, I'll just show off just what our sword is needed now. All we need now, basically, I got the materials off screen for this. So all we need now are some Monster Bone L's. I could have technically upgraded this just off screen, but the thing is this. When it comes to Monster Bone L's, Baroths aren't exactly the best monsters to get them from, because you only have a 10% chance of getting it per run, and so it would just be a roll of the dice every quest. Meanwhile, basically, there are a lot of other monsters that will give them just much more reliably. Though, funnily enough, even though the Baroth armor, basically... Yeah, let me just show... Yeah, basically, in regards to the Baroth Greaves, you need 2 Monster Bone L's. So basically, that took a good amount of time. But believe it or not, the big time drain when it came to farming off screen was actually for the Carpenter bugs for the mushroom upgrade. Because basically, the thing is that you look online, there is nothing consistent about the Carpenter bugs. Seriously, you look around, you'll see sources of, oh hey, go to the Moga Woods. You'll find them in Area 4. Go to Area 4. I'm not finding any. So I eventually did go out to I went out to the Sandy Plains and managed to find them in Area 10, basically the big desert. In addition, you can also get them as a reward for completing. Let me show it. Okay, where is it? Not save our boat. Ah, yes, right here. No guts, no glory. Basically, this requires you to go into the Sandy Plains and collect 3 monster guts, which you'll find from Demixes. Demixes are those shark creatures that basically you'll find swimming around in the desert. The quest will supply you with some sonic bombs, which are very useful for drawing them out of the sand and just being able to attack them. Otherwise, you're chasing them down. It's something out of a Looney Tunes bit, where you're trying to slash them with the sword, but they're constantly getting away. So anyways, in addition, I also did Rhinopolos Rampage. Basically, just hunting some Rhinopolos, that way I could get the Rhinopolos parts for the armor. So, without further ado, let's go and hunt a Gobul. Okay, we'll pay. Yeah, if you select an item with a star next to it, it will give you a little additional health. So with that said, we're going to we'll go with Escape Artist. As far as meals are concerned, you can pay for them with points or money. In a lot of Monster Hunter games, basically after this, say 4th generation or anything in Gen 5, 6, and the like, just points are your best source of currency for this sort of thing, because you give them like candy. Meanwhile, in this game, you have to go out, you have to actually hunt monsters in the wild, or you exchange them. Okay, so anyways, I just want to double check. Okay, we're in a pretty good thing. Why do I still have this insect husk? Get rid of that thing. So as you can see, I am now packing potions as well as mega potions. We're going to start carrying these around more reliably because things are going to get harder from here on out. Okay, just want to double check. Okay, we're all good. As far as the... Guess hello there, Marvin. Marvin Brett Schindler. Sorry if I mispronounced your name. How you doing? Okay, so anyways. Let's get the items. Gobul, I believe you can use a sonic bomb to disrupt it. As you can see from this mini oxygen supply, the Gobul is an underwater monster. Specifically, it's the first large-scale underwater monster you'll be dealing with. I believe that there's a shortcut in this one, though I could also be mistaken. Okay, yep, that put us right in the area where the Gobul is. Yeah, so as you can see, the Gobul is essentially a monkfish combined with a frogfish combined with an anglerfish. Though I can never think of the Gobul without thinking of that one Malcolm in the Middle episode where Reese was basically just handling Thanksgiving and he was just the monkfish. It's just how, what is that monster? Okay, so anyways, with the Gobul, it may look scary, but the thing is that it's surprisingly tame. And then watch how I die to this thing. With the Gobul, it relies a lot on ambush tactics, as well as its hard exterior, its hard shell on the top. The one thing about the Gobul is that it's actually very similar to the Gypsaros in that... Oh, darn, thought I could get him. Thought I could get him. Yeah, this is the first time I've ever fought a Gobul with anything besides a hammer, so this is a bit of a learning curve for me. I know! No. Okay, good. Thought he was gonna charge. Come on! Yeah, with the Gobul, one way to know where it is just look at the ground because it will cast a shadow. Oh, come on, stupid depth perception. There we go. Yeah, part of the issue with me is that I have a vision condition where basically it's kind of hard for me to gauge just how far something is, which often results in me just undershooting a tiny bit. Yeah, basically it's that my left eye is nearsighted, my right eye is farsighted, which funnily enough balances out to be around 20/20 vision. But yeah, at the same time, it just can result in just distances being a little weird. For me, especially when it comes to skinnier objects like poles, like a telephone pole, where I often not see doubles of it. Yeah! Oh, that was beautiful! And that's another reason why I like hammer so much, because basically hammer is one of those weapons where you can just go crazy with it. Though you don't have the blocking capability of the greatsword, and that's one reason why I'm going with it. Plus I wanted something new, you know? Because if I was going down down the path of the hammer, I would just be going Grongigas. I would just be doing a repeat of my first playthrough of the game, and just, it would be more or less just me treading old ground. That's the fun about games like this, basically, just trying something new. But thank you, armor. Okay, Gobul fled. Now, if we had a frog, we could actually fish the Gobul out. Okay. On the Gobul, one thing that you can break is the lantern on its head. If you break the lantern on the head, the Gobul will not be able to use its blinding attack on you. Oh, come on, we're so close. We're so close to getting a good hit on you. Oh, by the way, the Gobul has a paralysis effect to it. So just keep that in mind. Where essentially paralysis is like stun, but a lot deadlier. Oh, by the way, that Gobul's suck attack, that will cause water blight. And there we go, we broke the Gobul's lantern. Oh crap, crap, crap. Get away, get away. Yeah, Gobul's a pretty fun monster to fight when you're using hammer. Because basically with the Gobul, the way it is that it's very much exposed with its head. Heck, it's one big head. And that's why often or not, when it comes to this game, it can benefit to just specialize in several different weapons. Because just one weapon that works well on one monster could very well put you at a disadvantage with another. Back away. Yeah, when it comes to Greatsword, it suffers from what I like to call the Okami effect, where basically in Okami, you have it where just the sword weapon basically relies on a charge, and it deals more damage than the other two weapon classes in the game. So as such, the swords tend to be kept a lot weaker early on in exchange for the sake of balancing. But then as you get later on in the game, then things really start to crank up. Mind you, we're working with just yellow sharpness here. Once we start getting green sharpness, blue sharpness, it'll be beautiful. Okay, let's just get away. Is there an enemy in this game? Yes, there is. It's that little blue bar that's on the side of the screen. Granted, it goes down pretty slowly. You won't really notice the air bar just being low unless you're underwater for around 15-20 minutes or so. But you can easily restore it through plenty of means. One, you can just go above the water and it instantly fills back up. You can also search for bubbles on the ground, basically. For example, right there. If we were to go into those bubbles, we would refill our air. You can also use an item known as an oxygen supply. There are also some roots around that basically can supply part of your oxygen meter, known as wet root, I believe. Okay, those bubbles to the left, that's the Gobul. You can actually drown this game if you aren't careful, though. You'll rarely find yourself in a situation where you need to worry about drowning. There's only one arena in the game, and you fight a grand total of 2 monsters in it. Technically 3, but one of them is a variant of the other. Yeah, though fighting in that arena is pretty cool, because basically it's this wide open aquatic. I should have taken a herb for that. I should have taken the herb. come on. The Gobul is technically amphibious, so it will exit the, so it can exit the water, and it will exit the water. Heck, I think it's, okay, I thought it was gonna exit the water. Yeah, if the Gobul exits the water, it's a lot less deadly. Yeah! Okay, Gobul's gonna bury. And the Gobul's gonna jump out. Okay, the Gobul's fatigued. Okay, Gobul's leaving the water. Okay, let's sharpen while we're down here. Wait, is the Gobul already on the verge of death? Okay, I think the Gobul's actually on the verge of death, so let's just wait a bit. I thought you were asleep. I could have sworn you were waddling. Yeah, that's the good thing about Cha-Cha, basically, using him as a distraction. Though sometimes you don't want to have Cha-Cha distracting the monster because it makes the monster a lot less predictable. It's kind of like how Palicos are in later games. Don't you swim away from me. Okay, the Gobul went... Okay, I believe the Gobul went to Area 8. Yeah, the Gobul went to Area 8. It looks like the Gobul's on the verge of death. Okay. Yeah, but I'm really excited for when I can really just go crazy with set building. Because basically, when it comes to this part of the game, it's just more or less the, hey, here's the monsters, here's the general way of fighting. Yeah, I should have marked that Gobul. Should have marked it. But that's the fun of it, just searching around. Good job, Cha-Cha. Give yourself a cookie. Okay, it's... Nope, that's not it. That's just a Ludroth. And yet, there's the Gobul. Gobul's... Yeah, the Gobul's sleeping. Gobul, wake up! There you are. Good boy. Dance, Cha-Cha. Dance like you never danced before. Okay, let's heal. Okay, shake it. Okay, that was my fault right there, just hitting the hard part of the Gobul. Okay. Yeah! That's the real damage maker. Hopefully this Gobul's almost dead. Freaking Ludroth! Yeah, it's not a Monster Hunter game until you're getting wombo comboed by the entire food chain. Seriously, you think the Ludroth would be just, nah, we're not gonna put up with this. We're not dealing with this. But no, instead they see that 100 there, it's like, game on! My life may be in danger, but darn it, I'm gonna put you in the ground with me. Okay, go, go, go. A freaking Ludroth just jumping out there. Yeah, but the thing with hammer is this. I may love using the hammer, but even I'll admit that hammer is a very high risk, high reward sort of weapon where when you are in the zone with the hammer, you are absolutely decimating. And okay, yeah, he really is dead, almost dead. Okay, he's going out that way. Okay, I thought he was going to do some weird burrowing technique. But as I was saying, when you're really in the zone with the hammer for a fight, you can absolutely decimate the monster in a matter of minutes. But when the fight is not going your way, it's really not going your way. Trust me, I'm the hammer user where basically you see me, I'm just getting knocked down constantly. And I'm constantly healing up. That's my shield, a potion. In fact, that's actually one of the reasons that drew me to Great Sword for this run. You're somewhere. Aha, there you are. Okay, did I hit you or did I hit one of the other creatures? You can't just swim slightly upwards. Make up your mind, Gobul. Make up your mind. Like, can't hear the name Gobul without thinking of Commandant Ubel from the Battalion War series. Come now, Ubel. That's the guys that tell you a bedtime story. Okay, we're so close. We're so close. Yeah, there we are! Let me carve up the monkfish! Okay, there. Though as far as my history with the Gobul is concerned, I really don't use its gear all that often. Yeah, that's the thing with a lot of monsters, where basically just you fight them, but yet you never really use their material. Okay. And okay, yep, we got the Gobul lantern for breaking the lantern. Monster bow an M. Why couldn't it be an L? That would have been nice if it was an L. Okay, but that went pretty nicely. Yeah, as you can see, just as you get stronger and stronger, the hunts become a little easier to get through. Things start to go a little smoother. Hey, I have a new request for you. I think you're gonna like this one. Tell me, what would you like more than anything? Don't answer. I know you want to increase the shroom box's capacity. Lucky you. So do the farmers. Mushrooms work so well in stews and salads, not to mention the nutritional benefits. I've made a list of everything we need. I know you're busy hunting, but think of all the fungi you'll have. All right, if you have the resources, I'll take them. Okay, monster fluid, shroom germ plus, big fin. We got the big fin. The shroom germ plus is what we're gonna be looking for. Yeah, we can start working on that kebaboo mask. The orders are in. The orders are in. It's an unprecedented honey boom. Those poor Sazlickers are shellacking the stuff on bread, raw meat, you name it. The slim fat diet is a phenomenon. People have figured out that genuine mocha honey has more calories than other kinds. It's cause we make it with love. We also add extra lard in it. We just take some lard, we take some blubber, we just shove it in the honey, we mix it around. My father has proceeded to cut the future alpha's hand and spill the blood in it. In the rush to look like fat cats, folks are spending so much money on our honey that they'll never end up rich. This is why I like these sort of playthroughs. It helps because I never beforehand really got to truly appreciate the dialogue in this game. Basically, just honey box. It's just the shrooms. It's like, oh hey, we're making things healthy. You get mushrooms. It's great food. And then for the honey, it's let's see how we can scam those big city folk. Ironic, don't you think? Anyways, we're way behind in honey production, so the farmer and I made a decision. We're going to boost honey production, and we need you to collect the materials and resources naturally. I made a list of everything we need. Think you could do us a favor and track this stuff down at some point? Okay, honey. Okay, we'll need to find those busy bees. We'll do that later. Yeah, as for dash extract, that is a material from Royal Ludroths. And what else do you want? Oh hey, I've got a favor to ask. Help me create an internet scam to really stick it to those rich folk. Now, 2 days ago, the internet cook came sniffing around for some extra nice pieces of fish. Naturally, being an ex-angler and all, I told him I was the man for the job. So naturally, I'm going to delegate it to you. Trouble is, my fishing rod is a little on the flimsy side. It can only handle your everyday kind of fish. So I figured I'd make the ultimate fishing rod for this job. If I catch a big one, I'll toss you some of the tastiest chum, old chum. I mail it to everything we need. Try to take some time out of your busy hunting schedule to get the stuff. Okay, real deal. We need a Gobul whisker and some frog. Okay, I know what I'm doing after this stream. Okay, at this point, I think that we're gonna get potions in the shop. There you are! I've been praying you'd stop by! I had a business breakthrough recently. I finally found a reasonable supply for the oh-so-useful pellets S level 3! Now you don't have to skimp on the heavy firepower! Oh, just thinking about you using it makes me woozy. A little. I've gotten more than a few other items as well. Some might seem a little esocentric, but trust me, you'll want them. Okay, yes! Now we can actually buy potions in the shop, so no longer do we have to just go out and make them ourselves. No more having to gather herbs and blue mushrooms. And we can also buy antidotes. As well as get our hands on some... As well as get our hands on iron pickaxe. Wait, we were able to do that already. Okay, we already got the... Okay, we can buy the Book of Combos. Okay, let's put this away.
It seems the villagers' It seems the villagers' future is looking much brighter. We très bien. Efficient, I am able to stock more meowfatic ingredients than ever. Oh, I am now offering higher level grain ingredients to my best customers. Talk about the cat's meow. With higher level ingredients, the dishes increase out even more. It's the highest in haute cuisine. Hey there! Nice work on the Gobul hunt! It's trickier than your average war dweller. I figured a funky monster like that would give even you a hard time. How do I know Gobuls are trickier than your average war dweller? Well, geez, everyone at the guild knows that. Their skin changes color and they hide down deep and can paralyze you. I could have mentioned that earlier, huh? Well, hindsight's 2020. Let's just focus on the future, shall we?
Yeah, steal our snacks. Forget to tell us about the Gobul? What next? You're gonna sabotage our armor because you made a bet that we fail a hunt?
My heartfelt letter of recommendation got through to the guild. You've been okay to move on to a new region. A land so cold even time is frozen. The tundra. Wondering about what kind of place it is other than really dangerous? According to my crystal ball, reply hazy, try again. That's close enough to good. So whatever quest you do, good luck, we'll follow. I could be wrong, but I could be right. Trust me or flip a zenny. Same difference.
Okay, so at this point we can now go to the tundra. Tundra is basically the icy region. You're going to need hot drinks there if you don't want your stamina constantly going down. Okay. We already got that addressed. So, in regards to Gobul gear. Okay, by the way, yeah, here's Rhinopolos. Basically, Rhinopolos armor is, at this point, just prevents you from getting caked in mud or snow, which basically means that you don't have to worry about bringing cleansers. KO, which basically is for hammers and hunter horns. It basically increases the stun damage. And artillery, which is used for gun lances and cannons and the like, where basically they deal more damage. Okay, Gobul. Basically, Gobul armor will give you expert. Okay. Okay, so basically, speed eating is a great skill in that basically if you want to heal up quickly, just get some speed eater, you'll basically heal faster. Swimming, which basically makes it where you're swimming a lot faster, you're a lot more maneuverable in the water. Though the big one here is expert. Basically, expert involves affinity. Basically, affinity, if you go into your weapon, you'll notice that there is a, okay, where is it? I think it's in equipment. Yeah, right here, in equipment. You'll notice that there is a stat known as affinity. Affinity basically is your critical hits The higher the affinity, the more likely you are to get a critical hit, basically. We're at 0, so there's no way we can get a critical hit. However, if you have negative affinity, what will happen is you will have the chance of doing less damage than normal by that same percentage. So as you can guess, affinity is a very, very, very important stat to look at if you want to basically maximize your total damage output. Okay, so without further ado, let's go and do some hunting. First things first, we're going to actually deposit our cold drinks. Okay. Yeah, we're going to deposit those cool drinks because we aren't going to be needing them where we're going. Instead, So anyways, we're going to go and hunt a Lagombi. Okay. And let's head out. Thankfully, in the tundra, you will get warm drinks as part of the item box. Just like how in the sandy plains you get a cool drink. Yeah, with the Lagombi, we don't really need to worry about just going through a bunch of hot drinks. Yeah, the Lagombi is going to appear in Area 2, I believe. Yeah, as you can see, the tundra is actually a surprisingly small area. Basically, a Lagombi is essentially a level 2 Ozeros. Okay, I didn't realize that the Lagombi actually had bounce back. Am I gonna get my ass handed to me by a Lagombi? Yeah, basically a Lagombi is more or less a more mobile version of an Ozeros, and it has the ability to throw snowballs. If a snowball hits you, it will inflict Ice Blight. Ice Blight is essentially the opposite of Water Blight, in that, unlike Water Blight, where the main issue is that your stamina refills slower, Ice Blight will cause it where your stamina drains a lot faster. Yeah, anyways, these enemies right here, these are baggies. Baggies can be a little deadly if you aren't careful, because they will spit out a goop that will make you fall, that will make you drowsy. While you're drowsy, you will move slower, and you really won't be able to respond. And if you don't get hit, or you basically don't take an item that basically keeps you asleep, that keeps you awake, you will fall asleep, and which essentially leaves you as a sitting duck. I was blocking there for a second. Darn it, thought I could get you. Yeah, there we go. It's always weird fighting an enemy like a Lagombi with a weapon that I'm not really used to dealing with them with. Because normally when I'm fighting something like, say, an Ozeros or a Lagombi, I'm just going in ham with a hammer. Okay, Lagombi's tired. Oh, beautiful. Okay, let's go and just sharpen up. And then we get the butt slam. Yeah, nothing like having to deal with mealinxes while you're dealing with a hunt. Oh, darn it, that would have been so cool if we could have done a counter. Oh, no, you don't. Yeah! Okay. Okay, Lagombi's in rage mode. Hey, but at least we got a level 3 attack off on it. There wouldn't be a bad idea to get a green sharpness weapon to work with temporarily. Yeah, thank you, computer. Thank you for giving me that warning of, oh, hey, we scanned your stuff. We didn't see any issues, but we want to let you know that we didn't see any issues. Okay, I think that hit landed. Darn it, so close. Oh yeah, I love that sort of thing. Oh, son of a gun. Okay, good, good, good. Okay, we should be done with this hunt soon. Freaking Baggi. Yeah, good job, Cha-Cha. Okay, Lagombi's almost dead. Okay, let's give it a couple of seconds. Okay, let's see if the Lagombi's asleep. Why does anything ever sleep in this game? Okay, anyways, that right there, that is a Giggy mound. That little blob thing. That thing will spew out, it will spew out Giggies as long as it remains. Yeah, though we don't really need to worry about that. Giggy mound. Sometimes an uncharged hit on the monster is better than a charged shot in the reserve. Yeah, you run away just so you don't go to sleep. Kill it, Cha-Cha! Yeah! Oh, that was badass! That was badass. Just the Lagombi tried to do that slide attack, but we denied it. We denied that Lagombi. Even the Mealinx is respecting us. That was a warning. Okay, let's just get that notification off my computer screen. Monster Bone M and a Jumbo Bone. We'll take that. We'll take the Lagombi stuff. Okay, so anyways, in regards to Lagombi gear. Finally, we get a helm. Basically, Lagombi armor, it will provide you with cold resistance, which basically will allow for you to go in colder climates without having to worry about having a hot drink. Evade distance, which basically increases the distance that your roll will go for. And lasting power. Basically, lasting power is used for, say, let's say you have an attack up, you're using an attack up item. Just the attack up boost will last longer. Yeah, though, as for that negative heat resistance, that'll make it where basically you're just more vulnerable in areas where you need a cool drink. Okay, let's go and return. Okay. Next off, we are going to go and hunt a Great Baggi. Basically, this is a Great Jaggi variant, but basically it's a Baggi. So you're all the more likely to fall asleep. But if you can handle a Great Jaggi, then you can handle a Baggi. Okay, let's not forget to eat. Okay. Okay, let's see if we can get some feline insomniac. Okay. Oracle is a good skill to have if you're not sure where a monster is located, because it's essentially like a free Psycho Serum. Okay. We'll go with the, you know, we'll go this combo. Okay, let's get going out. Yeah, energy drink right here. If you're feeling drowsy, pop an energy drink and you'll be good. Anyways, one little hack that you can do. Consume a hot drink or a cool drink depending on where you are. Then go back into the box and... Okay, I guess we just have to waste one. Not like in other Monster Hunter games where basically just... You can just take a single one. Yeah, it's either all or nothing right here. Okay, but I believe that the Great Baggi is going to be located in Area 7. Oh, by the way, right here. If a mealing steals your stuff, just come right here and bang, you'll have your stuff back. So that's another advantage of using the Expedition Quest missions to stake out the area. So that way if a mealing steals a good item of yours, you can just go right back and take it back. It's either Area 4 or Area 7. Well, regardless, we'll be there. We'll find out soon enough. If you can handle a Lagombi, you can handle a Great Baggi. Heck, Great Baggi doesn't even... Actually, I don't even think Great Baggi gets a cutscene. Well, watch how Great Baggi does get a cutscene. Actually, I think it does get a cutscene. I'm just going to be eating crow. I know it's in a cave-esque area. Okay, here we are. And we do get a cutscene. Here I am, bad mouthing the Great Baggi. Yeah, a big monster right here. Took down a baby Popo. No, I don't need a sharpen. I guess Archie over here, he was just scared of just the effects of that Baggi. Yeah, pretty much the same kit and caboodle as a Great Jaggi, except, well, it spits those sleep globs. Baby Popo! Yeah, just that Baggi's claim to fame in that cutscene, just like, where it's just puts the Popo to sleep. Popo just leaves the area. Popo's just casually walking. The Popo's not even running. The Popo is just walking. It's like, it's just another Tuesday. Just another Tuesday with this goober. Yeah. Come on, you're so close. that's the thing with the baggie, where basically it's like, oh no, he can put you to sleep. Yeah, then meanwhile, basically, you get nudged by his minion, and you're awake again. And I don't care about the spam! Yeah, getting a spam on my phone. Yeah, that's what I need when I'm basically doing hunts. I'm just need phone spam. Where it's like, it's 9 o'clock at night. So you know what you want? You want to get scammed at 9 o'clock at night. Oh, that was nice. Yeah, though, speaking of nice, it'll be nice once we finally get some green sharpness. Oh, that would be beautiful. She's dealing with a little dry eye right now. Cha-cha! Cha-cha! Oh, come on! Cha-cha! Cha-cha! Ah! And I'm getting spam messages. Oh yeah. Come on, friggin'! I swear, the regular baggies are more of a pain in the ass than the actual great variant. Because basically, they're hitting you with the globs. It's just, I want to focus on the monster. I want to focus on the big guy. And it's like, no, we're the Jaggies. I swear, they're like the Beanie Boys. Freaking Beanie Boys over here. It's like, Beanie Boys, Beanie Boys. Yeah, when it comes to these sort of monsters, to these pack leader type monsters, the most dangerous thing about them isn't their actual strength themselves. It's rather just the fact that you get their lackeys just causing chip damage and just pestering you. So like that! There! Now we're hyped up, now we're hopped up on Zoom Potion. Ah, son of a gun! Okay, good. He's almost dead. Okay, let's see what that message, that text message that I got spammed with was. Let's see. Okay, yeah, it was nothing really. Okay, I think it's gonna go to area 7 or area 4. Maybe even area 5, I don't know. Okay. Yeah, we used a... Nope, we have not used a mini whetstone, so let's mini whetstone it up. Okay, should have marked it, should have marked it. Yeah, I believe it dwells in caves. Yeah, far cry from what we see in later games, where you could just scale up that sort of ledge. Okay, let's warm up. Where could that thing have gone? We've gone to every area. We've gone to area 4, we've gone to area 7, we've gone to area 6, we've gone to area 1, we've gone to every area. Should've used the paintball. Should've used the paintball. I should've used the paintball. But I didn't use the paintball. You gotta be somewhere. You gotta be somewhere. I should have marked it. I should have marked it. Yeah, we're gonna have to be spending 5 minutes searching for this thing as we roam around the world. There you are! So close. Yeah! Broke the crest. Okay. you don't. You're not escaping us this time. Yeah, Area 7! We went there! But he wasn't there! He wasn't at Area 7! Okay, at least now we can check to see when he's sleeping. Okay, good, he's asleep. Now to dish out that beautiful double damage. That's a son of a gun! It's like this one time when I was basically dealing with an Ukanlos in MH3U. And we managed to put it to sleep. I was working with a team of hunters. We managed to put it to sleep. And then one guy, before we're able to do a big damage, wakes it up by hitting it with a kinesect. Not even the insect blade itself, the kinesect. There we go. Oh, son of a gun. We were so close to getting a nice combo of it. Son of a gun, I thought that was going to do it. I thought that was going to be the winning blow. Wake me up, cha-cha, cha-cha! Cha-cha! There! You know, we would be in this quest 5 minutes ago had it not been for the monster just going around the map. Sorry if I sound a little salty right there, but just really, just nothing's worse than when you're on a good streak with the monster. It's just you and the monster. And then you lose track of it because you forgot to paintball it. That's one thing. As sad as it is to see the paintball go in 5th generation onwards, I can definitely see where the developers were coming from. Because with how large the maps are, if you can't reliably track the monster, then basically, it could be a pain. Right? Yeah, though I personally believe that World had a very good balance where you found the footprints and you could just follow the monster out. Sure. Meanwhile, with Rise, it was a lot more straightforward. It's like, okay, here's the monster, go. Okay, Mystery Bone. Bone S. Hey there, Hunter. Thanks for coming. I've got a little of a request for you. So apparently there's this fat cat who doesn't want to buy mocha honey. So I'm going to need you to go to his house and beat him over the head with the hilt of your sword. You know, there's still one field of the farm that hasn't been restored yet, right? We want to fill that land, we want to till that land so we can bring farm production back up to pre-earthquake levels. If we fix that up, the amount of crops we can harvest will increase too. By now, you know this is going to take some materials and resources. Hey, I'm sorry to keep pushing this on you. I've been able to do everything we need. You've done so much for us already, but please try and make some time for this. Okay. Field of Dreams. Okay, at least we got the. At least we have the dung and the super. We have the fertile mud. We have the supersized dung. We just need a catalyst. Okay, if I'm aware of my combo lists, I believe it's a blue mushroom and a god shroom. Nutrients, nope, that's not it, but we will be doing that later. Okay, yep, right here, this is catalyst. Okay, 2 catalysts. Yeah, math with CzarThwomp. What is 2? Was 1 2? And why are you in our house? Get out of our house! This kid thinks that he can own our house. Yeah, the future alpha male.
I'm an alpha male. This is my house now. I saw it. I want it. I claimed it. That's the way of the alpha. You, on the other hand, you're a beta. Hey, it's Honor! Hey, did I give you the lowdown about my genius kid notes? I got my game in you whenever and find out everything there is to know about my life. I'm a winner, you're a loser. That's all I need to know. If I forget something, I just pick up my genius kid notes to remind myself. Pretty awesome, right? That's my idea, okay? Don't you dare go copy it by making your own hunter's notes. Bye-bye.
What is this kid? Why is he in our house? Get out of our house! This is the only person the only NPC that does this in the Monster series, where basically your house, it's only your feline who organizes things, and meanwhile, basically, you get this kid who's like,
this is my house!
Okay, where is it? Catalyst. There we are. Now, catalysts are a very useful item, because if you combine catalysts with, say, a dragon toadstool, you get something that oh yeah. Okay, I know that it's somewhere. Oh, no, I'm getting the recipes mixed up. I'm like, it's useful! It's a freaking immunizer. Actually, no, this is what I was referring to. This is why I was collecting Kelby horns, because if you combine an immunizer with a Kelby horn, you get an ancient potion. Basically, ancient potions are like the full heal of the Monster Hunter series, where basically, you pop one, boom, your health is maxed out, is not only healed to full, but it's also maxed out. Same with your stamina. Very powerful item. Though you can only hold 1 ancient potion on you at any given time. So it's not like, oh, hey, I have 10 ancient potions. You want extra ancient potions in the field, you gotta bring the materials. So anyways, ancient potions are really handy because if you get carded, you lose the effects of you lose the health and stamina boost from food, unless you have feline foodie. So basically, you will be in a weakened state if you get carded, so all the more reason to, well, not cart. Okay, so anyways, let's just bag that. And we can actually do something in this video. Field of Dreams. Speaking of which, let's go and actually harvest our material.
to scratch up some energy, then nothing beats grains. The Mocha Village Farm is proud to be pesticide-free. Meow way would we spray with total insecticide. Yeah.
Yeah, and then you bite into your grains, and then you get a disease. You get a freaking ringworm.
Don't be fooled, just be close. The crops aren't picture perfect. All wheat and rice are meowth watering.
Yeah, just covered in mold.
Sorry, I got scared and I tailed it away when the earthquake struck. Shameful, I know, yeah. But from now on, I'll be right here. Won't get my tail off, I swear. Say,
no, I'm not changing your name. I don't want to rename you. Hey there, well looky here, another of my felines has come skulking back to the farm. Now he can grow you even more crops. Granted, it's only gonna be at half production with that one because I hobbled him, but I have to lay down the law. If I don't hobble the cowards, they'll just keep running away and I'll keep having to deal with this headache. No, I'm not going to deal with this. I figure seeing the argosy trading with the village has given the feline some backbone. They're starting to come back. They know that I can replace them. That's right. They know that if they leave, I'll just bring in some cheap foreign felines. They won't know what I'm paying them. Heck, I don't even have to pay them money. I'll just pay them with shiny rocks. Just bring us the herb or seed you want to cultivate, and while you're off questing, the felines will get to growing. Okay, so anyways. Just realized I wasn't even growing anything. Okay, so anyways, we'll just keep growing some honey. And while we're at it, we'll grow dragon toadstool. As you can see, dragon toadstool. It can be a very expensive crop to grow. So we'll only grow 2 cycles of it. Have a look at this. We were tilling the fields when we found something real weird. It's a pot that smells like who knows what. I figured it's just big enough to fit over your head. Here's my chamber pot. It represents what I think about you, that you're crap. Of course, who would be silly enough to wear a pot like a mask? Maybe a fool kid or something someone touched in the head. If you want it, I can't imagine why, but whatever. What will it be today? Yeah, I just want to check back here. Oh, no, that's just another entrance to Moga Field. To Moga Woods. Kind of odd that they would put entrance to Moga Fields, to the Moga Woods, just right there in the farm. Because I don't know if anyone has ever been like, in the farm, I gotta get to Moga Woods! Don't want to get back to the entrance. No. But anyways, that is a new mask. I don't want to talk to you, future alpha male. Okay, Toadstool, immature sponge, monster bone S, bone, Great Baggi claw. Okay, so anyways, mystery pot mask, a mask made from a mysterious pot. Hand over an item, and the wearer will throw it in with a puff of smoke. When the smoke changes, voila, a new item. Wearer sent to target monsters from a safe distance. So basically, just a combination mask. We're just gonna keep the acorn mask because, frankly, it's a pretty good thing right now. Come here, kid. Step a little closer so I can have a look at you. Yep, you're ready. So here's the word. The Lagiacrus has been sighted again in Moga's waters. You know what that means. Yup. But don't you worry, I can tell you right now, you're up to the task. Heck, I bet you're tougher than he is. Now listen up, kid. The Lagiacrus has got special organs on its back that it uses to conduct electricity. You gotta watch out for those. The more juice the beast generates, the more brilliantly they shine. Actually, it's a lovely sight. I hear the glow gets so bright that sailors have mistaken it for lightning. Problem is, most of those sailors are 100% certified dead now, because they didn't heat clear the heck out of there. So how do you know about these reports if these sailors did not report back? That's just speculation, unless you're the real cause of it. You have to assert your authority. See, once the organ's charged, the Lagiacrus releases all the electricity at once in a vicious, deadly attack. The prettier the sight, the more you gotta beware. Kinda like my first girlfriend, come to think of it. Plot twist. My first girlfriend was the Lagiacrus. I mean, considering that the Gilmarm had a thing for the Brachydios, I mean, it's possible. Anyways, just tread carefully around that glow. Watch out! There, I yelled it. Now you won't forget it. Watch out! Yeah. In the middle of the hunt, just you know how when Luke Skywalker's going to blast is about to destroy the Death Star, and Obi-Wan's like, use the Force, Luke. Yeah, yes, we're fighting the Lagiacrus. Watch out! If there were just some way to keep it from charging up juice, you might stand a fighting chance. Oh, did I say fighting chance? I meant a better chance. You'll be fine. The guild has agreed to make this quest official, so drop by the guild counter just as soon as you're ready. I thought we had to hunt one more monster.
So, I know it's in decline around, but what I'm about to tell you is no joke. Did that get your attention? Did it? I bet you're wondering what's up. Actually, I bet you're wondering if I'm even capable of mature conversation. Well, no, not really. Let's find out. He's back, the Lagiacrus, the Lord of the Seas himself. Do you remember when you first saw one? Way back when you first started doing quests? The wild churning in your gut? Well, considering that your closest friend, your whole hunting career, I think I could say with some authority, you are far and away a better hunter than the one that first ran for dear life from that Lagiacrus so long ago. You've matured into a truly skilled hunter. Now it's time to do what you came to do in Save Mocha Village. Oh, and if killing it's too hard, then just driving it off will be fine. If you scare it enough, I'm sure it won't come back. Also, your fly is down. Made you look.
Okay, no. The quest I'm thinking about is later. Okay, so repel Lagiacrus. Basically, this is a special... Oh, wait. Huh. Yeah, weird. Normally when it comes to repel quests, you only have 30 minutes. Because basically how a repel quest works is this. You basically deal enough damage to the monster, it runs at... Once the time limit runs out, it runs away. Though you can also kill the monster. You seem like you got some heavy metal, kid. Now prove it. My ancestors called the Lagiacrus the Lord of the Seas. It lives up to that name. I doubt you could kill it, but stop it if you can. Okay, no, I think that, if I recall correctly, this isn't going to be the last we're going to see of the Lagiacrus. They're basically going to be like, oh, repel the Lagiacrus, and the Lagiacrus comes back. Lagiacrus 2, it means business. Okay, so anyways, the Lagiacrus is the first instance of an elemental monster. Where basically, as you can probably guess, Lagiacrus is all about that lightning. So, anyways, as you can see from our stats, we actually have some thunder resistance. Okay, so anyways, we'll go for some Rapscallion. And we're going to go for that Thundercaller. And we don't get Thundercaller. Even though Thundercaller would have been very nice. I thought I had a good armor sphere. An armor sphere plus. Okay, let me just check, make sure. Nope, we don't. The Monster Bonels. Monster Bonels would be very nice, so that way we can upgrade this sword. So the time of reckoning has come. It appears the terrifying Lagiacrus has emerged from the sea. It's been spotted as close as Area 5 on the map. As you well know, kid, the Lagiacrus is one bad beast. Now, I could have handled him easily when I was your age, sure. Anyhow, you've come a long way, kid. Now is your big chance to shine. Oh, I'm so jealous of you right now. Summon up all your strength and challenge the Lagiacrus. Make all of us proud, kid. Anyways, as you can tell from that Nullberry, we have a new status condition. Where basically, if you get hit by the Lagiacrus's lightning attacks, you get inflicted with Thunderblight. Thunderblight will make it where you're more prone to being stunned. So just keep that in mind. If you get hit while suffering from Thunderblight, chances are you are going to be left in a stunned state. Okay, let's check to see if the Lagiacrus is down there. Yeah, now that I recall, this quest is not the official Slay the Lagiacrus. Kind of odd how the Lagiacrus would be just sleeping right in the middle of Moga Woods. Even the Lagiacrus is done with the Jaggies. Anyways, out of the water, the Lagiacrus isn't too bad. Yeah, basically the Lagiacrus is going to have that classic just sweep around and then just tail. Kind of funny how basically one of the first major monsters we get in Moga Woods is the Lagiacrus. Getting dizzy. Okay, pop a potion. Yeah! Yeah! Okay. Perfect. Heal. Get up, get up, get up. Look, you may take a little damage while blocking, but hey, the way I see it is this. Better take a little damage than a whole lot of damage. Okay, that was a pretty lucky thing right there. Just not getting hit by that tail whap. Okay, back away, back away, back away. No, no, no! Cha-cha, help! Cha-cha! Cha-cha scared off the Lagiacrus. Cha-cha just starts throwing rocks. I believe that this quest is actually scripted, and that basically just the Lagiacrus will move on once to the next area once you drain enough health. Yeah, Cha-cha Cha-cha makes you bleed because you're stunned. Another little bit of advice. If you press the B button rapidly, you will get up faster. However, sometimes you want to stay on the ground. Because while you're on the ground, you will not be able to get damaged. So you can take advantage of that invincibility state if the monster's really just coming at you with attacks. Yeah! How you like that? One, two, three. No, no, no. No. Yeah, the thing is this, is that it's a matter of perspective when basically you're just trying out new weapons. Because as a hammer user, just being able to block attacks, it feels so liberating. Where basically, you don't have to worry about taking the full brunt of every last hit. Okay! We hit the back once and it's like, Lagiacrus, okay, time out. Yeah, Lagiacrus just gets tapped once on the back. Just once on the back. It wasn't even an effective blow. It bounced off the back. And the Lagiacrus like, whoa, 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 whoa. Slow the roll, slow the roll. I am not dealing with this. Yeah, but anyways, as the chief was hinting, if you break the Lagiacrus's back, it won't be able to reliably use its electric charge attack, which makes fighting underwater a lot safer. Okay, Lagiacrus scale. Sunspire Jewel, nice. And an Aqua Glow Jewel, some material. We'll take that money. Yo, I've been meaning to ask a favor. The internet cooks got a recipe for extra healthy grade A milk, but you can't make it without the right ingredients. It's milk. You get the milk. You milk the cow. That's how you get the milk. What milk are you referring to? Premium milk makes for dishes that stick to your ribs. Good and good for you. I've made a list of everything we need. Try to take some time out of your busy hunting schedule to get this stuff. Milk run. What? Pale extract? We didn't say it was standard milk. Yeah, but I can do that off camera. Arr, Blackspear here, the man with the shanties. I be indebted to ye, matey. At last I can return to the open waters. Such is me joy that I decided to put it to song. Here be a rousing ditty I call the Demon Harbor's elite fleet. Lagiacrus, die beastie, hunter beat ye down, yo ho ho. Now that ye took off, the fleet is back in town, yo yo ho! Captain Redspear, Blackspear too, where it team forth tooth, yo ho ho! Now our fishing expertise is through the roof, da da da! So what do you think are the tender lyrics really speak from me heart? You've me gratitude, brave hunter. Oh, you're my favorite hero. We finally got all 3 boats back in the water. The hunting fleet is whole again. My boys are just tickled. I've never seen them so excited about their work. If you need something, anything at all, you just holler, all right? I mean it, hon. We're at your service. All right, what do you do today? Might as well send him out. We don't need boat. We don't need fish. Basically, this is mainly if you need blowgun ammo. Yeah, the blowgun. Here's your bamboo shoot. If you need bowgun ammo. Kid! Haha, you did! You really did! You took my words to heart. Yeah, the Lagiacrus was charging up a lightning blast. Watch out! I knew you'd be the one to finally drive off the Lagiacrus, and fortunately I was right this time. Maybe now the villagers can finally enjoy some peace. You'd best rest up too. Save whatever strength you've got. The beast still lives, and that's a problem. Once its wounds heal, the Lagiacrus will return. And then you'll have a serious battle in your hands. No more Mr. Nice Leviathan, no siree. It's gonna come at you full force, but that's still a ways off. You've got plenty of time to hone your skills. Work on your epitaph. Anyways, I can tell you're itching to finish what you started. And really, ain't that what counts? Okay, since you're still breathing. That sweetheart at the guild at the quest counter cooked up some new jobs for you. Have at 'em.
Woohoo! You did it! You drove that darn Lagiacrus right out of the neighborhood! Bet you it took off because it knew the jig was up. That scales were fried. That check was mated. Nice one. You don't seem very excited. What's wrong? Aren't you happy you beat up the giant monster? Oh, you wish you killed it. You say the whole reason you're here is to stop the earthquakes for good? Yeesh, you are tenacious. I hope I never end up on your hate list.
Yeah, meanwhile you're eating our snacks. And sending us to the Gobul without warning us of the paralysis.
Okay, well, if you're gonna be hardcore about it, then so will I. Presenting a brand new monster hunting request. This time you're after the queen of the land, the Rathian herself. As for her strengths and weaknesses, I know nothing. You want to know if there's any guild legends about this monster too? Heh, nice try. Thanks to that earthquake, the guild's named this a hazardous region. It's hard to get it through its usual channels. And why do I sound so happy about this? Yeesh.
Okay, so anyways. Dragon Lady, hunt a Rathian. Basically, the Rathian, when it comes to the Monster Hunter series, the Rathalos is the mascot, and with the Rathalos comes his queen, the Rathian, basically. The Rathian has been a mainstay in the Monster Hunter series ever since the first game, where basically the Rathian, it loves to stay it mainly fights on the ground, though it will take to the air. The Rathian, as you can probably guess from its design, it spits fire, and one thing about it, and this caught me off guard when I first hunted a Rathian for the first time. If a Rathian is in the air, stay away from it because it will do a tail swipe that will leave you poisoned. As such, I am going to buy some antidotes. Meanwhile, an antidote herb, antidote herbs, they're cheaper than an antidote, but they have a chance of not working. Now, in later Monster Hunter games, say you started off in 5th generation, chances are you're gonna not really think twice about poison, because poison was really nerfed in 5th generation. But from 4th generation, everything prior to 5th generation, poison was a legitimate status condition that could really rock your world. So anyways, one good thing about the Rathian is this. It's from what I recall, basically, from this game, because I'll be honest with you, I don't really keep track of monster bone drops. But when it comes to the Rathian, it's a great source of the bones. The one thing about the Rathian, and this is what sticks out to me about her as a hammer user. Rathian is a load of fun to fight with a hammer. Seriously, if you want to try out hammer on a monster, you go Rathian. Because the Rathian's head is its most prominent spot. And it leaves itself vulnerable in a lot of situations. Seriously, it is a blast to go in with a hammer and just knock it in the head. Just bang, bang, bang. And it also has a satisfying drop to it where basically it just falls down. Okay, so anyways, let's give ourselves some fire starter. Granted, we're not going to be able to take use of Feline Pyro, because Feline Pyro is mainly for explosives. So as you can see, we actually have a little bit of fire resistance to us now. Instead of 0, we now have 3. Which, hey, a little fire resistance is better than a little fire weakness, as I always say. Yeah, we'll get some herbs. But really, the Rathian is a step up from what you've been hunting up until now. So just be cautious. Don't go into this hunt thinking, oh, it's going to be a cinch. because the Rathian can throw you for a loop. As for where the Rathian spawns, it will spawn in Area 7. Or, no, it spawns in this area! Though normally it'll be in Area 7, it'll be in Area 8 as well. You get your introduction to the Rathian, then she just goes away. So anyways, in regards to the Rathian, I believe that she is going to be in Area 7. But she could also be in Area 5, she could also be in Area 8. Yep, there she is. Let's mark her. Okay, we're going to want to try and cut her tail. There it is. Okay, or rather, we'll just fight her. We'll just fight her. Anyways, as you can see, we really do need a better weapon as far as sharpness is concerned. Because while our damage is pretty solid, we just need that extra oomph, so we're not bouncing off everything. Yeah! Broke the wing! Yeah, as someone who primarily uses a hammer, I tend to have a little bit of a fixation when it comes to cutting tails. Because basically the thing is, as a hammer user, you can't cut tails. So being able to cut tails at will, it feels kind of surreal. But in a lot of cases, the head is a more vulnerable area than, okay, crap. Yeah, when she's enraged, you can tell because basically she's spewing fire out of her mouth. And when she's enraged, she will basically often not do multiple of the loop-de-doops. Yeah, unfortunately, in the case of the Rathian, just the tail's a little out of reach. Plus, it's a hard area, so we're going to need a little bit more better sharpness. If we had an ability known as Mind's Eye, this wouldn't be a problem, because basically we wouldn't bounce. Yeah, from what I saw on Karinko, at least I think that's how the website is pronounced, this quest will yield a 100% drop of Monster Hunter Bonells. So I'll be grinding this quest a little so we can get an upgrade on this weapon. But yeah, if you're getting into the Monster Hunter series, Karinko is a very good resource to use. Because basically it's present in, it has resources for pretty much any game. In the series, it gives you just item drops, all the good stuff. Okay. The Rathian's going off to eat. Area 8 is where it's going to be going to sleep. If you're dealing with a flying creature in this game, it will come here to sleep. Oh, come, no, 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 no! Okay, good. For a second, I thought it knocked us off. Can't think about it in Monster Hunter World when I was playing it. I was basically playing it for the first time, and I'm fighting a Rathalos, and it knocks me off of the top area, and it just sends me careening down to the bottom of the ancient forest. Yeah, when a Rathian is fatigued, it will basically not be able to breathe fire. So take advantage of it. Yeah, that's a beautiful part about Gen 3 and the like, where basically you can't easily get knocked off a ledge. I don't... Nice! Such beauty, such grace. No, that wasn't beauty, that wasn't grace right there. Okay, let's heal. Okay, nice. Okay, no, Cha-Cha, help! Cha-Cha! Oh, thank you, Cha-Cha. Basically right there, that was a pin attack. If we had a dung bomb, we would have been able to just get the Rathian right off us. She would have just been repelled at the cost of her just migrating to another area. But if you can't get her off quickly, she will combo you. Though trust me, the Rathian is the least of your problems when it comes to that sort of attack. Hey kid, come on, come on, go. No! Cha-cha, help! Okay, where's she going? Okay, for the look of it, she's going to Area 5. Yeah, there we go. No, okay, the poison tail has been greatly reduced. Yeah, watch I say, I get poisoned by the nubbin. Oh, thank you, Cha-Cha, for blocking the attack. Cha-Cha sees us go. She sees us carving.
No! Cha-Cha protect! Cha-Cha protect!
Okay, she's gonna go to Area 8. Okay, but I'm feeling pretty confident with the Rathian. Okay. Let's go to Area 7. We'll pick up a whetstone, so that way we don't have to buy a whetstone. And then by the time we get there, the Rathian should be well asleep, and thankfully there won't be any monsters there to wake her up. It's not going to be like that Great Baggi where we just got absolutely robbed. Okay, insect husk. Okay, there we go, whetstone. Let's go. Okay, and there they are. The Jaggies come to wake up the monster. Like some alarm clock from hell. Okay. Kind of odd that she didn't go into rage mode immediately. Normally when a monster's woken up, they will immediately just jump right into rage mode. Even if they're fatigued, just bang, right into rage mode. Yeah! You gotta love how these Jaggies, they see us kill a Rathian, an apex predator, and yet they're like, we can take ya. We can fight ya. Okay, there we are. Monster Bone M, Monster Bone M, Monster Bone M. Only one Monster Bone L. At least we got Monster Bone Plus. Plus a little bit of good armor spheres. Nice. Okay. Hey, as long as we can get one Monster Bone Plus a hunt, that's perfectly fine with me. Just having a guaranteed source rather than having to hunt 10 Baroths. Don't get me wrong, I love the Baroth, but when you're dealing with that sort of chance, it can get to you. Starting to get busy, aren't we? The Lagiacrus is here and the final showdown approaches. They're like, the Lagiacrus is prepping. Meanwhile, just one quest later, the Lagiacrus is here. Starting to get busy, aren't we? The Lagiacrus is here and the final showdown approaches. It's time for you to hear a few important things from Junior, me. So listen up. First, a Rathian appeared in the woods. She's trying to build a nest, apparently. Always check the local forecast if you're entering the woods. Now, Rathians might appear even if you're not on a quest. Second, our miniature friend, what's his name, Chi-Chi, brought me another mask plant. This one sounds pretty interesting, actually. I'll make it if you can get me the materials. Check out the village requests. And last but not least, this is a story from back in the day. When the Lagiacrus attacked our boat, the Lagiacrus has its limits, you see. When it rages, it'll get tired and try to rest on shore. That's your chance. Now, no pressure or anything, but the fate of this village is riding on your abilities. Hope you don't mess it up. Okay, that's what the torch does. That's what the torch does. For so many years, I was wondering what the torch does. What use is the torch? Because you see that torch in the box. But yeah, I never really got around to looking it up because I'm like, why do I need to look at the torch? I don't need it. I just figured that, oh hey, it's because the original version of Try was a little darker in regards to caves, but not too dark. But no, that's it. It repels the small monsters. How could I have been so blind?
Oga, no mask idea. Just pop into charges and like Smagalaka. Cha-cha fired up Alapa for expect Shakataka of Lagiacrus. Cha-cha brains are mask of infused soul with fire and fortitude. Okay, Cha-cha worked up now. Must take Shaka shower. Cha-cha Limas was the village chief Cha-cha Junior. Maybe seen. Forget Shaka shower. Wanna Cha-cha?
Okay, we'll take an earth crystal, we'll take the bone, and we'll put a stone there. Hello, Hunter. Yokahita. You hunt well. We trade well, yes? You just in time. Another carrier pigeon arrived, saying another land wants to trade with you for Moga commodities. This one called Vivirian Hub. Their trade goods very special, hard to come by anywhere else. Tuktubukin. Mayhaps you want to hear secret about... Sure, well... Shokata, listen well. I too am Wyverian. Surprise, my family. They wait in Wyverian hub for my gallant return. You make Argosy Captain very happy if you send home. I make sure to bring back items to max hunting fleet's power. But for now, show me Kamais. Yes, we trade. What will it be today? Okay, we're not doing power battles. Alright, that's ours. We can get armor sphere pluses. We can also get pitfall traps and shock traps. Demon drugs and armor skin. Demon drugs and armor skin, basically. You drink them, they give you a boost to your attack and defense. Flash bombs, throw it at a flying monster, bang, that monster is out of the air and on the ground. And just toppled over. However, the thing is that if you throw it at a grounded monster, then all it'll do is just throw them into an erratic range. Bounce bombs, basically, you put these down and they just launch straight up. Oh, Shroom Germ Plus. Don't we need that for the mushrooms? Shroom Germ Plus. Yep, sure enough, we need Shroom Germ Plus. 3 of them. As for these fossil pieces, I found them while exploring around Mogo Woods in search of those carpenter bugs. Basically, you go around Mogo Woods, you see some sparkles, bang. You can get a fossil piece. Okay, that's at least one thing off my plate. Yeah, I'm sorry if I sound a little inconvenienced by this, but that's one thing about the Monster Hunter series, where basically, you want to get good items, you gotta work for them. Okay, we got the big fin. Now we just need to get the monster fluid, which all we have to do is just go and hunt a Giggy, and then bang, we got one. Well, here we are again, kid. The Lagiacrus is surfaced again, and this time it's heading right for us. Oh, who am I kidding? It's heading right for you. And boy, is it mad. Guess it took that last stomping you gave it Bursal, eh? We tapped it once on the back and then it ran away. The good news is you're evenly matched so far as I can tell. All you need to win this one's a little confidence. I love how they're like, oh, you were not well matched before. All we did was hunt a Rathian between the last hunt and this one. Oh, and being armed to the teeth would help too. Mosey over there up to the quest counter when you're ready. I'm rooting for you, kid. You took the beast before, you can handle it again.
Congrats on the Rathian hunt. So, I've got some news for you, Hunter. Try not to wet your pants or anything, but your buddy, the Lagiacrus, has been spotted again. Oddly enough, it's angry. It really took it personally that you tapped it once on the back. All the eyewitness reports have it headed straight for Moga Village. Whoa! The good news is, you get your wish. Now you can kill that sucker dead. You are gonna kill it dead, right? Just cause, you know, it might destroy the village if you don't. No pressure. You can do it. Rah-rah and all that.
Okay, so anyways, in order to get to the Hunter 5 quests, well, gotta hunt the Lagiacrus. Though we're not gonna hunt it now. Instead, I'm gonna want to upgrade my sword. Yeah, how many bones? I think we only have 2. Yeah, basically, I'm going to really just want to upgrade the sword so that way we can have a little bit more. Just get a little more firepower to ourselves. But frankly, considering that we hunted down that Rathian without too much issue, it was... Now, I have hopes. I have hopes for the Lagiacrus, even though we don't have green sharpness yet. Anyway, speaking of Rathian... As you can see, basically, you may think, oh, the Rathian, I killed the Rathian, so now this would be perfect to use on the Lagiacrus. No. Rathian has a weakness to to Thunder and Dragon. So basically, you're not going to be really doing well with the Lagiacrus. Though you do have some good defense going on. Compared to basically what you've had up to now, just arguably some of the best you got going on. So anyways, Rathian. Rathian is a relatively defensive... The Rathians have always been more defensive monsters, where basically you get health up, where basically what health up does is it makes it where you go in and you go into battle and your health is always going to be boosted. You don't have to worry about popping an ancient potion or the like. You're not going to have to worry about eating for health. Just you go into that quest, that health bar is going to be up, up, up. Though, as for fire attack, pretty self-explanatory there. Fire attack will make it where your fire attacks are doing more damage. So if you're basically going in with a fire elemental weapon, say you're going with fire dual blades, or you're going in with a fire sword and shield, then you're going to want fire attack up. And then as for recovery level, basically this makes it where you pop a potion or like, it's going to heal up more HP. However, recovery speed, this is the ability of just how fast that health is actually recovering. Your red gauges. Basically, when you get hit, you've probably noticed that we get by a monster, a good chunk of the health bar is red. And if you don't get hit during that stage, it'll just go right back up to where it was until it's full. However, if you get hit during that stage, that red damage will be lost, and you will have a new set of red damage. Though I believe if we were to go into our weapons... Though, as for weapons, though... Yeah, as you can see, we can forge the Valkyrie Blade. Which, in addition to looking pretty badass, also has some fire damage. And some green sharpness to boot. And, as you can see from the Lagiacrus armor, the Lagiacrus is very weak to fire. So, in a way, while the Rathian's armor will not really help you defense-wise, the Rathian's weapon, on the other hand, the Rathian's weapon, since they all have fire elements in them, bang, you are in a very good place. Speaking of Lagiacrus armor, the Lagiacrus armor is a surprisingly good set for Greatsword, because you can select the wrong item. Because it gives you access to fast charge, basically, which essentially makes it where the Greatsword will charge up all the faster, which is really nice because you've seen so many times of how we're charging up an attack, we're at level 2, and then all of a sudden just bang, we get hit. If only we could have done more damage. Then meanwhile, basically, Tenderizer. Tenderizer is a skill that basically increases your affinity if you're hitting an area that's a weak point for the weapon. Say you're using a greatsword. You're going to be doing more. You're going to have increased affinity if you're attacking a tail area or if you're attacking a head. So basically, considering that those are areas that you are going to be targeting anyways, weakness exploit is a very good bonus because it just sweetens the pot a little bit. However, I believe that weakness exploit works a little bit differently in this generation from what I've read. Because from what I've read, basically, it's more or less akin to just, in a way, Destroyer, where it focuses more on just actual destructible areas, where you hit a broken area, you're going to be doing more damage. Personally, if given the choice between Tenderizer or Expert, because unlike in Generation 5 and onwards, it's not as easy to stack armor skills. Because given the whole, you need 10 to just activate the skill. And even more if you want to get extra levels. you do have to often or not make sacrifices and going in with, say, just 2 or 3 armor skills that you really want to invest in. So, often or not, basically, in my personal opinion, while Tenderizer is a good skill to have, Expert is a lot better because just it's a flat-out bonus. Though the thing is this, is that as tempting as it is to go and create a set of Lagiacrus armor, the thing is this. It's not, at this point, it's not, the juice is not worth the squeeze. Because basically, at this point of the game, basically, low rank, armor is akin to baby clothes. Where basically, yeah, you need it, but you're going to be growing out of it before you know it. Plus, at this point in the game, you don't really need to focus on strategy. You don't need to really focus on builds. All you need to focus on is, oh hey, can I get some green sharpness? Do I have some green sharpness at my disposal? Do I have just a good amount? Do I have solid damage on my weapons? Because basically the thing is that just this part of the game is more or less just easing you in. It's, like I said, it's baby steps. But yeah, I just want to check to see, just great sword. Okay, at this point, at this point, I'm not going to craft a Valkyrie blade. Because, for one thing, just that's going to stem into where the jaw blade comes in from. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Is the jaw blade the weapon we currently have? Yes, it is. So, actually, wait. No, I was able to upgrade. it. Okay, I was starting to get paranoid. I'm thinking, oh great, I went through this harsh weapon. Yeah. We already upgraded. We upgraded. Nothing too bad. Nothing was lost. But anyways, as I was saying, I'm not targeting the Valkyrie blade because wait. That's not fire, that's poison. Yeah, leave it to me to misread a P for an F. That's fire right there. Yeah, and here at the beginning of the video, I'm like, my vision bounces out to 2020. Yeah, see, that's the effect of just my vision when it's at certain distances, where basically I'm misconstruing letters. Well, right now, I'm kind of seeing a bit of a double P, which kind of looks like an F. But yeah, anyways, now, status weapons like poison, they are a horse of a different color. Where, unlike elemental weapons, where they're doing their own set of damage, status weapons, basically, they have a build-up. And once that build-up has been reached, it will inflict the condition on the monsters. For poison, this will cause it where the monster will take gradual damage, which it's a decent effect, but it's not it's kind of on the lower end in my personal opinion. Meanwhile, if you want, whereas say sleep and paralysis, they are a lot more useful because you put a monster to sleep, you not only get an opportunity to heal up, but when you hit that monster with your next attack, say you go and drop some barrel bomb L's, or you charge up your greatsword, bang, you're doing a whole lot of damage. And as for paralysis, same sort of deal, where basically you're giving yourself room to heal, as well as just plenty of time to wail on the monster while paralyzed. As for the Golem Blade, let me just see what this thing looks like. Yeah, the Golem Blade, I think, is actually a pathway towards one of the best greatswords in the game. Granted, it's not one that I'm using, though I was tempted to use it, basically, while contemplating builds. So anyways, what I'm going to do off-screen is this. I'm going to upgrade the Jaw Blade into its next level. I'm also going to go and just collect materials for harvest for basically the resource box. Speaking of which, let's just go and upgrade. That way we have 6 extra defense. More defense. Hey, I'm not complaining about more defense. So anyways, on that note. Yeah, freaking the future alpha male just strutting his stuff, acting like he owns the place. But anyways, on that note, I think that now would be a... Actually, no. Before we do that, I'm sorry. I'm sorry if it seems so distracted. Let's see rare trades. Okay, we could get a book of combo 5s, which would be really nice to have. But anyways, on that note, I think that now would be a good time to end things off. I really appreciate that you came by to watch the stream. It was great having you. I hope to see you next time. And if you're watching this on YouTube, I really appreciate it that you stuck around to watch this episode. You're a great viewer, and I hope you come back for the next one. Like this video, like, subscribe, comment, share, do as they want. And with that, I'll see you next time. Bye.